This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below.
Hey guys, Jimmy here and welcome back to iRacing for another video. Today I'm going to be going back to a series that I used to race in and used to really enjoy. That's right, it is the Lotus 79s. I'm in a very cool, totally not ripped off Shadow livery that was made by Coin last minute. Thank you very much, Coin. And today we're going to be racing at Alton Park with no chicanes. That means this circuit is basically a glorified oval. Extremely fast, lots of places to have massive accidents, so getting to the end in one piece is going to be a hell of an achievement. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to do today, just because it's been such a long time since I've driven this thing. Last time I drove it, I had a T500. This time I have the OSW, of course, and I'm going to be in VR, so it's going to be a completely new experience, and you guys are going to be coming along for the ride. So we're going to cut here, and we'll rejoin when we get into the race session. Well, here we are then in the race session. I am the number 15 car in this race, so towards the bottom of the field in terms of, well, in terms of iRacing anyway. In terms of qualifying pace, I'm looking to maybe try and get inside a 16. A high 15 would be nice. That would be my best time so far if I can manage that. The guys at front are going to be doing low 14s, high 13s, so I'm nowhere near that, but all I can really do is my best and then see what we can do in the race.
One more lap.
Jesus Christ.
About 2 laps of fuel.
Well, there's how that qualifying ends. Starting in the back puts us in a slightly awkward spot. We're actually going up Deer Leap. This is the last hill, the corner here, onto the back straight. We're this far back, so not going to have a decent start, I don't think. I am just going to do my best to try and negotiate T1, and then I guess we'll just go from there. Well, here come my lights. There used to be a time that I was good at standing starts. Let's hope we can channel that today, shall we? Lights.
Green, green, green.
And away we go. Getting away on that hill was difficult, guy. Slow on the left there. I'm going to pull the inside straight away. Make my intentions nice and clear. Down the second gear. Guy comes across to take the line, as he's entitled to do, of course. Car's a little bit slow on the outside. Not really anywhere to go at this point. It's been nice and slow. Car's off to the left. Got to wait for him to come back on. There's nowhere I can go here. Car very slow. Collects the guy on the right. Bit of a scary start there, but we're through. That is the important thing. Gained a couple of places there with people having a couple of issues. Thomas running very wide there. The car very cold on the first lap and a little bit skatey. So I'm going to just try and make the best of it. Good run there. We'll probably have Thomas on the straight if we have the slipstream, which we will do. I don't know if he's going to give it to us or not. No, he's looked like he's going to defend there, but he's almost sat in the middle of the circuit instead. Not really anywhere to go here. Got to wait for my time to get past Thomas. Don't really want to spend too long doing that, because I want to try and get onto the cars in front as soon as I can. Is he letting me through? I don't really know if he is or not. I'm going for it now.
Left side. Still there.
Get that done and get that dusted.
Clear on the left.
And move on with our race. Okay, so who is next? Tony is next. We're up to, I think, P19, so good start from us there. A couple of places gained. I don't really have any goals for this race. I'll throw it up to P20. Apologies, read that wrong. But I don't really have any goals for this race other than to just get to the end in one piece. Of course, an iRacing game would be nice, and I nearly spun it there at it's going down Cascade, so I guess that's T3 or T4, depending on how you count the S's on the way down. This is where I had the massive crash in qualifying, because the car is a lot heavier now, it's a lot more pliant to the ground. Got the gap to the guys in front. The thing is, they're all going to have slipstream now, which is going to make this somewhat difficult to get into the back of them. I'm going to go on this side of the course just to try and not go over all the bumps on the left-hand side. Got to just try and find the speed through these corners and try and get onto the back of them. A bit slow through there, a bit of understeer on the way in. He's got to turn a bit earlier next lap. Down the third gear. Try and aim for the second apex and get back on the throttle whilst going past it. Nice, okay, so gaining a bit of time. They might see me checking relative quite a bit in this race just to see where I'm gaining and losing time. Of course, this being a sprint race, I can't really focus on being consistent. I also have to be fast as well, so I've got to see where I'm slow and where I can improve. Now my lap times, I want to be aiming for a low 17 to a high 16. That was a 17.6, so not really where I want to be, but that will come as the car gets a bit lighter and I get a bit more confident in this race trim. Getting into the slipstream now of Tony in front. So they're going to be brought into this pack of cars, hopefully. That'll be a bit braver through there. Oh, Tony blinking. Hopefully that isn't going to be a theme for this race. I don't think it will be. So we're in the second now, so we'll be getting a nice hefty tow from Tony in front, which will be pulling us along. You see, you can hear the revs rise. We're getting up to top speed. A bit slow through there, but I had to slow it back down because of the overspeed. There was cars getting mixed up in front, so there's a chance to get a bit closer for us. Can't push the issue. Taylor slowing up Tony in front. We'll try and take the chances when I get them. Not a gap there on the inside. I thought maybe he would come across and defend. I think the guys in front are actually teammates, so they're going to be working together, no doubt. Still another lap down, still up in P20 for now. No positions gained. I don't think anyone's gone off. No, still in P20. Still a lot of time left in this race. 34 lap race, this one. Well, I just say it's a sprint. You do have to get to the end, so you've got to try and focus on that a bit. Soft on the exit there. I've had the car start to slide a little bit. We'll take a tear off. Lifting the way in, just get the nose in and back on the throttle, and the car's understeering a bit too much for that. We'll get better as the race goes on. Oh, car slow, car around.
Right.
2 places gained there, had to get off the throttle, lost a bit of ground to Tony, he just gunned it through. Brave boy, but car got it wrong there on the apex, and that means that Tony is slow in a straight line. Look at the time we're gaining. That means he's going to be faster through here as I understeer big time, getting a big dose of dirty air through there. So up into a net P18 now, we've got P17 in front of us. Top 15 would be nice for this race, definitely, but we're going to have to work for that. Coming to Lodge corner. Go from 4th to 2nd gear in 1 downshift, try and get the car pointed in the right way and then get on the throttle. Try and get too much wall spin over there. Probably the most difficult corner on the circuit, Lodge. Most technical anyway. It's over the crest and also downhill as well. It's very easy to get the car spun if you're not careful. The guys in front of Tony are pulling away a tiny bit, so I'm not sure if we're on the same pace as them or not, but I don't think we are. But it's all about pace around. So look at the speed differential I've got on Tony. I'm going to get him in the straight probably. So I'll just wait for my chance there. I'm not going to throw him up the inside now, but I do have to have a good hairpin. He brakes very early through there. Backs me up a little bit actually, maybe that's his plan. I get understeer plenty following him through. Ah, damn it, that goes our opportunity to overtake. Understeer is not my friend. Well, let's see just how big a speed advantage we have. It's not going to be enough down to Knickerbrook to get him, but again, enough to put that pressure on and get nice and close. Got in early. He got that a bit wrong. I was a bit faster there than he was. Car is dancing as we go up Clay Hill. Not the sort of dancing that I want, to be honest, but nice and smooth so far. Let's try and keep this up. We've really got that car rotated there. I don't know if that's just a net code, but I can't move the car like that. Also, gap behind us is lengthening, so I haven't got to worry about that too much. Just worry about what's in front. Take the off track there, I think. It's our first off track of the race. Let's try and keep it that way. He brakes super early and then punches out the corner actually. Sort of off-putting. Maybe he's doing that on purpose. Maybe it's just a tactic to slow me down, which is completely fine, as long as we don't end up going to the back of him. Down to 2nd from 5th. Much better through the hairpin, but the exit's going to be bad. He absolutely punches out of the hairpin. I need to get closer. My line through Shell Oil is awful. Knickerbrook again. trying to aim to turn in just past the curb and run over the tarmac beyond it. It's actually quite a scary corner. Getting right up behind him, but there's nowhere I can go here. All I can do is try and follow him closely and force him into a mistake or get a good run out of Druids, which I didn't. Come on. I feel like we are being slightly held up here. Although I can't get past him. That's my problem, and I've got to deal with it. Another off track there, going wide again, just trying to take too much pace through there. He's getting a bit too impatient here behind old Tony. He goes a bit wide there. This could be our chance to attack. In fact, it is our chance to attack.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
Nice overtake made there. Bit of a scary place to do it, but I wasn't going to let him keep me behind again. And now I can pull away on the straight, and we can focus on Keith in front. Wouldn't recommend overtaking there. Up to P17 though. That was a bit scary. I didn't even want to look to the right to see where he was. I wanted just to get on with it. Time to gap him now. No dirty air to worry about. He's now in my dirty air. Car off to the left. Lotus stays there. That was Patrick. That's another place for us. Nice. We're starting to make a couple of mistakes, which is good for us, of course. Bad for them. The racing's a selfish act. I care not for the others. I care only for my race. Take another tear off. Builds up so quickly around here. Yeah, we are gapping Tony slowly. So we were right. We were being held up slightly. Quite a different line through there. Didn't seem very fast. Don't know how to be quick through there. I just don't have the speed. Oh, cut that a bit close to the inside there. The risk you take doing that is touching the inside curve and it just pushing you outwards, and at that speed that's enough to put you into the grass and prematurely end your race if you aren't careful. A little bit skittish going through Druids. Notice that I'm flat shifting on the way up. It seems that the car doesn't really care if I do that, so I'm going to do it. I heel and turn a little bit on the way down, usually just to make sure I don't... Just to make sure I get the gear. I don't want to miss gears and this on the way down because part of slowing down. Tony's still with me. Tony's still there, so impressive by him. Obviously being pulled along a little bit by me, and now that I was following him basically, so now I've got no marker to turn in. I'm going to have to do it all on my own now. It's very weird to say that, but being behind someone really helps in that capacity. 17.0, so the times are getting a bit better. We'd like to see some 16s though. In a second, bring it in, bring it in. Why can't I get this right? I feel slow, and Tony really gets in the back of me through there. I feel like the car is just not set up for that. Either that or I'm just bad. I think luckily he's running a lot more downforce than me, so he doesn't really get enough toe down the straight. And he was slow through there, he made a mistake. Would have broken the toe. If we can keep it broken, that would be good. Very quickly grab fourth coming out of there. And we go from fourth to second in one downshift. You'll see a lot of that in the 79s. Lots of block downshifts with one big old kick of the front on the way down. Looks like Keith is running a bit quicker than me right now. I don't think there's much I can really do about it, apart from just keep trying to catch him and keep putting insisting that. Say 16.8. I am happy with that. Let's keep that up. Off round here, we do have two fairly large straights, and the start-finish straight as well. So I think top speed is not massively important. It's more about getting through the using the downforce of this thing. But the thing is, if I've got a car set up for high speed as I have going down the straight here, that I'm going to have that speed every lap, now I've got to just focus on the corners. This is pretty much free down the straight unless I mess up my shifting, which I rarely do nowadays. What I do mess up though are the corners, and that's where I'm losing the time to the guy in front. At Clay Hill again. From 5th to 3rd on the way in, bit of throttle. Use the throttle to bring it round. I got on the throttle a bit too late there and I understeered instead. What you're trying to do is get the car to rotate a tiny bit. The guy in front having a bit of an issue there because he looks like a bit closer than he was before. Yep, he had an issue. Gap's down to 3 seconds. So start using my left foot a bit, 17.0. Tony's still there. I don't think I'm going to be able to shake Tony this race. You can run a little bit wide there. Any wider and you will get off track. It's like Patrick's coming back through as well, so that's something else I'm going to have to deal with. Rolling it through the hairpin. I can't, he's gaining me every time through there. I think everyone's gaining a lot of time on me through there. I just can't seem to be able to get the hairpin to work for me. Really pull it back on the straight. 2 stabs at turning in there. First one would have been far too early. So great doing this in VR because the sense of speed is unreal. It really adds to the immersion. I said that a lot, but oh, don't understeer. When you go over a crest in this thing and it's dancing like it did there, it really does send a cold shiver down your spine when you get things wrong, especially when I crashed earlier. I thought, oh, I prepared for death slightly in my mind. And luckily I bounced off and had no injuries. Oh, looks like there was a mistake behind us. The gap's gone up to 4 seconds. Maybe trying a bit too hard for Knickerbrook. That's probably the place going to do it. Oh, inside. Damn it, another off track. And what might have happened there is we might have damaged our front spoiler, our front wing. We're very sensitive in these cars, and I mean very sensitive, very easy just to make things crash and burn. I think maybe Patrick might have tagged Tony, I don't know. That's bad. Trying to carry speed on the way out and failing it again. 3.1 seconds, so the gap is about the same to Keith. I think his car's a tiny bit quicker in the straight line than mine is, but you're still managing to take the corners at probably the same speed. So props to him there. Whoa! She's a slippy girl. Don't want to be sliding through there too much. It's quite scary. There's not much room for error. I remember back in the days where this car had a ridiculous slip angle. You basically just drove the whole track whilst going sideways. Of course, we actually have some sort of semi-realistic tyre model now, so that doesn't happen anymore. But it was fun. Like driving a shopping cart. We're on lap 12. God, the laps just fly by around here, don't they? Hope you guys like this slightly longer video today as well. Of course, nature of these races, they are a bit longer. Commentary might not be as good because I am sort of trying to concentrate on driving this thing, and ooh, it really is something. Because we might be down in only 16th place, but I feel like we're having a good time of things, so hopefully you are too. 15th would be to equal our iRating. To break even, as they say in iRacing streams. So that's our goal. 2.8 seconds now to Keith. I think he's made a couple of mistakes somewhere. The gap behind us is up to 5 seconds, so we've got a bit of a gap behind us as well. So no pressure, let's just aim on going forward then, shall we? 4th gear. You can use a little bit of runoff on the left there. You really want to be trying coming out of that exiting. The dream is to exit about 220 k's. I rarely get that. It's very hard and very high risk to do that, but when you do, you really get a good run. A bit slow through Druids as well. To Lodge again. Bring it in, softly on the throttle. He's so soft, it's so easy to spin the car there. You've already seen the car off to the right, that was Patrick earlier. We don't want to follow him and do that. Very hard to recover from there. That was a what? A 16.3? Okay, I will take that. That's my fastest ever lap time on this. Whatever. I'm not even going to question how I did it. And just try and get back in the zone and do it again. through the gears once more. Please bringing that gap to be a little bit higher. I can already feel the sweat on my brow. All the things VR is, ventilated is not one of them. That was slow through there. Had to have a big lift. I might have to try and lift my headset actually at some point and just try and wipe my head. Otherwise, I'm going to get loads of sweat in my eyes during this race, and that's not really what I want. So careful through there. I managed to get some of it out. Sorry guys, that's not really pleasant for you guys to watch, but I have to be able to see. 17.1. Where did I gain that much time, I wonder? I didn't feel that. I know that wasn't as fast at that, but okay, now I have Kendrick behind. He's about 6 seconds behind, so that's good. Try and bring it in tight, then punch it out on the exit, but I don't really know if that's fast or not. I don't really feel like it is. Get better through there that time. I sort of want to get in between third and fourth. I think it's better to stay in fourth, to be honest, but that was nice through there. It was neat. Not sure if it was fast though. Don't be afraid to use your left foot. I get into a rhythm of these cars where I only use my right foot and then use the left foot for the clutch. Brake at the dip there, bring it in. Learn that from the guide video that I've got on the forums to brake at the dip. I've got to say again, it's an absolute honour to be racing with these guys. The classic Lotus community on the iRacing forums are an absolutely lovely bunch of guys. A lot of them are older guys as well, so they're pretty chill, pretty easy going, and it makes for competing this sort of thing, although it is still a little bit intimidating given the strength of the field, etc. and how good some of the guys are in here. It still makes driving this an absolute joy, even when I'm hanging on for dear life going for a knickerbock back after that. Going from fifth to third gear and one downshift, back on the throttle, just in rotation. Very easy to over-rotate there, and you know what happens when you do that. You get shot into the inside wall, and that's your race over usually. That was slow over there. Although, looks like Keith made a mistake there as well. Thomas in the pits, so his race is done. You see him say sorry in chat a second ago, so that's usually a good thing. T1, I always have trouble sighting T1, even in VR. It's such a difficult corner, Old Hall. We are very slowly filling in car in front. I mean, sorry, it's a couple of tenths of lap. But we'll keep plugging away. If we can be consistent and keep doing that, by the time he gets into the race, we could be on him. Well, that's 17 right now, so nearly at the halfway point. Another 16 last lap. I'm happy with 16s. Still unsure how that low 16. I'm probably going to have to look at that after the race and try and see what I did properly, because I think that's part of the secret of driving this car. Oh, someone off on the left. What was that on? Car's off, three off. Three positions there. They were all for position. So I'm not, no idea what happened there. I missed my shift there. I was so surprised. I think that Keith in front also surprised. That means we're now fighting for a significantly higher position than we were a second ago. So where's that put us now? I'll just look when we get through T1, try and keep focus on the back of Keith, try and keep pressure on. Up into P13, nice! That's a lot higher than I ever thought I would be in this race. Maybe not there on pace, but there on consistency so far. Not many mistakes as of yet, although still a lot of time to do that. I'll get a second of Keith as well. He's got to be starting to feel that pressure. I think once I get past them, their pressure will be then transferred onto me. You can see the VR only go, or the steering in the cockpit only goes to 90 degrees each way, 180 degrees of rotation. It's a bit weird when you're in VR. I wish they would fix that in these cars. It doesn't take too much to do that. Now we get pulled along into the rev rise. We get the benefit of his slipstream and get a couple of extra Ks in a straight line. We'll have it up Clay Hill as well. Basically anywhere as a mile straight we'll have a bit of a toe. We'll have a bit of a disadvantage in the corners, although he's wide for Druids. I think he's starting to feel the pressure. Sorry, I'll have to keep adjusting the headset. So I just get water, sweat in my eyes, and I don't need that. Luckily it's not fogged up. Just having some fogging issues in practice. None so far yet, all seems very clear in front of me. 0.9 of a second now, this is a P12, so this will be a really nice goal for the race. It's really great having someone to race with in this. It can get very lonely when you're driving out here, but luckily I've got Keith to race with and he's making things difficult for me, which is what I like. I like a bit of difficulty. Again, slipstream down the back straight here. All left on the way in, then back on the throttle. Just hoping we don't get the rotation we got in qualifying. We shouldn't do, but it's always a possibility. God, he seems to just have the nose turned in a lot earlier than I do there. I can't seem to get that second phase. But again, we're closer than we have been, and we've got the slipstream. Just look at us now. We're going to pull up, visually gaining now up to the back of him. Hitting the limiter there in 5th gear. I haven't done that yet. That's how close we are now. He goes a bit wide there, but as do I. This is where it starts getting intense in Lotus 79s. Taking vastly different lines through there. Seem to be about the same sort of speed. I think my line maybe is probably the worst line, but it's a bit cleaner that time through. Come on nose, don't fail me now. Stamp the throttle. Up Deer's Leap again for another lap, onto lap 19, lap 20 for us now I think it is. I think I can see also the leaders coming on to the relative, which just shows you just how fast the fast guys are in this series. They are just a different league. Got tear up again. I'm not in any big rush to get past Keith here. I have to check his name for a second. I thought it was Robert. Just want to try and do it in a safe place. As long as I can say with him, oh, he absolutely nailed the exit there. But again, we'll have the slipstream that will bring us back in. This track is, as I said at the start of the video, basically just a glorified oval. I haven't got a 6th gear. Why did I do that? That was really weird. That's how fast I was getting through the gears there. I thought I had a 6th. Hit 6th gear, hit neutral, and lost a couple of attempts. Come on, Jimmy, don't get flustered now. This is yours for the taking. All you've got to do is stay with him. Laps go by so fast, especially when you're just embroiled in combat like this. Vehicular combat, my friends. Just without the twisted metal style machine guns attached to the car. But that would make it a bit more interesting, I think. Oh, a little bit of a slide in the way in there. He was also struggling. I saw him go a little bit offline through there. I think he's quicker through the hairpin. And that's worth a lot of time. There's so much I'm struggling through there, being this close to him in the dirty air. Down a second. Oh, understeer off. No, 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 no. Bring it back. Just too much speed through there. Damn it. Dirty air got the better of me. And my impatience got the better of me as well. I'm going to follow him down the straight. I'm going to bother taking my little secret line. I went to 3rd there for some reason. I don't know. Come on, Jimmy. Focus. Muscle memory is starting to mess up a little bit. Rely a lot on that around here. Once you start doing things, once you start thinking about what you're doing, it actually starts getting a bit more difficult. You want the muscle memory to get the basics down, and then you need to concentrate on the rest. Again, sweat dripping down my brow. I love VR, but we need some sort of ventilation or something in this situation, because I'm just sitting here and I'm cooking inside this headset. Of course, I'm concentrating, so I sweat usually when I'm racing this thing because of the will, with the effort that I put in. And when you add to that, you have a box in your face, which is about 25 degrees or so. This thing runs pretty warm. and no ventilation coming in. It makes it very difficult. Some people say to cut holes in the foam around it. If I do that, it lets a night and really ruins the experience for me. Which is why I don't really tend to do races longer than this in VR. Oh, damn it. Maybe I need to start playing that breakthrough there. That's not a good noise. Don't worry about that, I think we're still recording. Through there. That was a lot nicer for Ninfield than him anyway. I think I'm in that area now of this dirty air where it's hard to get any closer. Doesn't help that I'm making a couple of little mistakes as well. Oh, very early on the throttle there. Had to get off on exit just to make sure I didn't push wide. Close as I've been for a while though. I wanted just to gun the throttle there, but you have to be patient. Otherwise the car will spin round and that'll be the end of it. Oh, Jimmy, you turned in far too early, mate. Oh, that's how you lose 3 tenths right there. Oh, someone's off. Someone's off in a big way. It's one of the lap cars. Luckily we get out of his way before he rejoins. Trying to run a bit of speed instead to keep the downforce going a bit longer, but it doesn't seem to work. Now, are we catching Martin in front? I don't think we are. Look how he keeps holding up this pressure. I don't think he's actually bothered that I'm here anymore. So again, running a little bit wide. Ninfield is very scary. It looks actually looks a lot scarier than it is in this car. Once you get through the first bit, you're okay because of the downforce, but the initial turn-ins are scary bit, and I could have gained a lot through there. I don't not messed up my turn for doing. Come on, Jimmy. That time's looking very good. Of course, being pulled along in the slipstream is helping that. But I ain't going to complain. A bit wide there, but it's a cheeky get on the throttle before I should have done, but we need to start making moves now because the laps are starting to fall away. We're on lap 24, so we're 10 laps left at the line. 10 laps left now, I guess. I always forget how iRacing does it. Around 10 laps left. There you go. No pressure from behind at all. All I've got to do is focus on the car in front. Turn, go. You can see I'm getting on the throttle as early as I can, from my line anyway. I'm sure there are some of you in the chat, or say chat, in the comments thinking, Jimmy, your line sucks through there. It probably does. That's just the way I feel safest doing it. Oh, I could have got on the throttle so much earlier then. Can't let him break the draft. Let him break the draft, it's over. Well, he was good through there though. I'm understeering all the way through. But damn it, I just wish I could get it done somewhere. Used to make a mistake really though, and doesn't seem to be doing that. He's very consistent, Keith, it seems.
You got 10 laps to go.
Oh my god! That was nearly the end of our race. And with that, Keith breaks the draft. But I am just glad we're still in it. Feckin' hell, I thought that was it. Oh my god. Okay, continue, Jimmy. Not in the dirty air anymore. Not in the slipstream either, but think of the positives. And now we can really push through Ninfield and the corners at the top of the circuit. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we survived that.
You got a slow car on the
right, stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there. Don't be needing that. So that slowed up. Yeah, keep slow down for that. We're back where we were a lap ago. But my god, that was terrifying. I just got onto the really slippy stuff there. And the car went round, or nearly went round. I have no idea how we didn't crash. Absolutely zero. What happens when we take the hand off the wheel to try and get some of this sweat out of my eyes. He picked up enough track there, but I don't think he cares. I think he's just trying to bring that gap back up again and trying to bring it down. Oh, that second bit, I just understeer right at the end. Hold me, Keith! Take that out of that then. You saw that. I was going to hit the big curve on the inside otherwise. That was quick through there. That's quicker around Keithy anyway. Can't believe we're in P13 though. This is much higher than I thought I'd be. Only that we're challenging for P12. Do a bloody 16.2. Oh, take that, nearly in the 15s. Wow. Wish I could keep that up and know where that pace was. Well, that was in that really fast spirits. There you go, tuck it in and then get on the throttle. So I haven't got to worry about the leaders coming through just yet. Oh, car, a bit reluctant to turn in that time. Up to do the dirt, yeah, I'm going to say. That push there at the front as I try and get on the throttle. Oh man, this is epic! I just can't get there, but it's so satisfying just being in this fight. Got to turn just a bit later there, Jimmy. You're trying to straight line it a bit too much and you're hitting the curve on the inside. That is not good. The curve, the bank, even whatever. The grass bits, we're hitting it. Oh, Sippy, that's the closest we've been out of there. Wonder if we'll be close enough for a pass. No, we aren't going to be. This is the last lap I'd go for it, but it's not. I can't follow him through there that closely. This close is already hard enough. Right to fake him out there, but he just did not budge. Acted like I wasn't there, and I get the loose coming out and lose all that time I worked so hard to gain. Good job, Keith. Just not letting me intimidating at all. Well, he knows what he's doing. I don't think this is his first rodeo. This isn't mine either, but the first time in a while. I'm a rusty rodeo boy. I got off track there, so he's been getting off tracks all race there then. I got one there, so maybe there's a track of the DQ for him. I don't know how many times he's gone over, but it's been quite a few times whilst I've been following him. Oh man, only 5 laps left. They're just going by so quickly. Come on. Put together a couple of those low 16s somehow and get onto the back of him and get past him. Trying a bit too hard now.
You've got 5 left to go.
Alright, spotter dude. 16-1. had to get off, I had to stop there, I was on the grass, I couldn't brake. Damn it! I keep making these tiny mistakes and they just stop me from getting onto the back of them. It's all my own fault, there's nothing I can do, I'm just not consistent enough. But close enough for challenge. I am going to say that, however, as one excuse, of many, that having a lot of water on my face during this is making it quite distracting. Doesn't matter though, we've raced okay so far, we continue to... Oh my god, okay. Come on. Can't get on him through there. Oh, I should have just kept in it there. I was nervous I was going to go over the inside. If I kept in it, I'd be right on him now. It's okay. Oh, angle's bad, angle's bad. Keep your foot in it though. No, Jimmy, you're making these silly mistakes.
You've got 2 laps to go.
I want to hear it. I just can't get out of there and it's infuriating as all heck. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this, if at all. Got to be brave now, I think.
About 5 laps of fuel left. You just got the white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
No! Oh no! Keith makes a mistake! He goes round! The pressure finally gets to him! I thought he was going to keep that to the line! And we go up! Into 12th place, 1 more lap to go, can still throw it away! I think he's damaged the car, he's 3 seconds behind now, he must have damaged the car! Come on, 1 more lap. One more lap. He's still there. He's not out of it yet. He could make a mistake. He's there to capitalise. So I've got to just be clean on this last lap above all else. Come on now. I think what he did is he used the brakes a bit too much going through there to try and take a bit more speed, and the car just started sliding, and once it starts at that speed it's so hard to bring back in again. I think he did well to keep it out of the wall. But there we go, guys. Lotus 79 at Alton Park. Starting from last place, we come home in 12th.
Stop on the right.
I am extremely happy with that.
Alright, there's the checkered
I
flag.
can't tell you how happy with that I am. I'm sweating buckets. Shut up, dude. Don't take that away from me. Keith, I must say, you kept me very honest that race. You did a fantastic job. It's a shame it ended that well. I was looking forward to a last lap ditch attempt to get past you, but you did a fantastic job up until your incident. So thank you for that race, mate. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, make sure to that like button if you really enjoyed it. Hit subscribe to be notified of future videos. I'm going to go now have a bath because I'm covered in sweat and it's disgusting. Take care, have an awesome day. I'll see you all next time. Ha ha!